What is up, everyone? This is Riley from Hudson Motors. We're back again today with Retro Manufacturing, doing an install on these awesome 8-inch powered subwoofers that are perfect for your classic. These are a great product for someone who's just like me, someone who just wants a little extra bass in their ride. You're not going for crazy massive sound and crazy massive bass, but you want to give your door speakers some relief and add some bass somewhere else. So these are perfect, discreet option. They fit underneath your bench, your bucket seats. They're super easy to wire up and install, especially because the amplifier is built into the subwoofer. So you just run power, ground, and a couple other wires, and these things are ready to go. So today we're going to be installing this in our first gen Cummins Crewcab. We'll show you how to wire it up, how to mount it, and how to properly tune it. So first things first, we got to get our bench seat out of the way, and we're going to hop right into this install. All right, let's go over what's inside the box really quickly. This comes with almost everything that you need to install it. Very nicely packaged and well done. You obviously have your subwoofer and amplifier. You got your instruction manual, well written. But then you got your wiring harness, which comes with almost everything that you need right here. It plugs into the front of your amplifier and is super easy to go. So you already have you have plenty of power wire, it's like 40 feet of power wire. You can run and hide this thing wherever you want. And it's already fused as well, so you don't need to go buy an inline fuse. You have plenty of ground wire as well. Run this out the firewall and ground it to your frame. This is your connection if your radio does not have RCA cables. If you don't have RCA cables, this would hook into your speaker wires, but we have RCA cables on our Retrosound radio. So this, we're just gonna get rid of and leave the pigtail here. You could depin it or clip it and mutilate it, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna leave it like this, it'll be just fine. And then you have your signal wire, which hooks into your radio itself, the blue wire coming out of the back of your radio. The signal wire is so that when your radio turns on, your subwoofer and amplifier turn on as well. So this is all nice and neatly packaged. You have your remote for how much gain your subwoofer will have. This is super nice as well. It comes with the kit, you don't have to buy this. This comes with it. And we're gonna hide this underneath our bench seat as well. You have your mounting brackets. We'll show you how these go on in just a second. But your mounting brackets and the hardware. The only thing the kit doesn't come with is RCA cables, so you have to pick up some RCA cables as well, but that's not a big deal. So with all this, we're ready to go ahead and get it installed. All right, real quick, I want to show you how these mounting brackets work. They're super easy and well designed. We have the sub and amp flipped over here, backside. You can see these recessed circles. And then your mounting bracket here, this dimpled section here is going to slide down into one of those recessed circles, just like so. And then you have a little machine screw. Your machine screw is going to go through that hole and thread down in there. Once it's tight, you'll see you have a slotted area here that you'll be able to run a sheet metal screw down through this bracket and down into your floorboard. But if you don't like the idea of putting holes in your floorboard, you can also just use some double-sided tape on the back side of this and just stick it down. If you've got carpet, that might be an issue. It might not stick to the carpet, but you can get creative. But the mounting brackets are nice and work really easy. All right, so now we're gonna mount our gain switch. Now because this truck is a crew cab and we've got our subwoofer behind the rear seat, there's not enough cable to reach all the way up to the front of the truck. So we wanna keep it clean and we wanna run all of our wires together down and along through underneath the carpet. So we're actually gonna mount this switch right here underneath the seat belt so that the driver, while he's driving, could reach down by his left side and easily find this switch and turn it up or down. So this will be a nice little hidden location where most people won't even notice, but it will still be able to make do with the amount of cable that we have. Okay, so our sub is mounted, and we've ran our wires underneath our carpet, cut a small slit in front of the subwoofer so that we can plug all of our wires in. You'll be able to reach this, even with the bench seat still here, you'll be able to make adjustments and whatnot. So let me show you what goes where. Here's your wiring harness that has your power, your ground, your signal wire, and so this is gonna go right here in the bottom and the far right side, sorry. It's gonna plug right in. And then you have your RCA cables. They're gonna go in here. We're gonna set channel 1 as our red, channel 2 as our black. And we have our, this is our controller wire. That's gonna go right in here for our our gain. That's our gain controller. So here we have everything plugged in, ready to go. And we're gonna go run all the wires, do our power, our ground, and everything else, and then we'll come back to this and make sure everything's good to go. All right, so we're running our wires back from our subwoofer up to the front. We're running our RCA cables and our thin blue wire together. Those are going to the radio. And then our yellow wire here, this is our power wire, and this is gonna go up to the battery. Hooking up 12-volt power straight to the battery. So just shortening up the wire a little bit. We had a little bit extra wire, so taking out a couple feet of wire, but we're just gonna run this straight to the battery. And then we've got power, we've got switch, we've got ground, we're ready to go. All right, we just powered it up and it works. So now we're gonna go ahead and test it and play with it a little bit and get it all dialed in and tuned in. So the way that you're supposed to tune these is by turning the gain all the way down to minimum and cranking the volume on your radio until you start to hear distortion. Once you start to hear distortion, turn your radio back down, turn the radio back down to where it's happy, and then start to crank up the gain on your subwoofer. All this time, we're gonna leave our gain on our controller at maximum. That way you're only messing with the gain here. Once you start to hear distortion in your subwoofer, turn your gain back down a little bit, and boom, everything's dialed in. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna play a little music and get it all dialed in. You know, this is so great about it is that it's just so easy to tune and get set up. So we just set it to right about 70 hertz on the tuner, which is this far left knob. Yes, it's the far left knob is the tuning knob. So we set it about 70 hertz, which is right in that sweet spot. They say you want between 60 and 80 hertz. So set it right to 70 hertz, and it was hitting all the notes perfectly fine. And we've got this thing cranked, and it's not distorting or anything like that. So it's doing great. Sounds great with the radio, and this allows us to turn down our door speakers and not blow our door speakers trying to get bass, because this thing is going to give us all the bass that we need. So the install was easy. Took us like 2 hours. It's super tiny, super low profile. Everything worked out great, so we can bolt our bench seat back down, and we'll be bumping and having a great time. So we're going to clean our truck back up, bolt it all back down, and call it a day.